Just go to your Facebook. See, your that excuse me. Yeah. The YouTube is also there.
Extraordinary session of the Mediation and Security Council at the Cedeao level on the pre-invested steaming withdrawal from Ecowas. I have the honor to read on behalf of the Board of Management. Members of the Mediation and Security Council meeting held in Abuja on the 8th of February 2024
No, you no come.
express their profound gratitude to His Excellency Bola Ahmed DCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to the government and people of Nigeria for the warm and fraternal welcome extended to them and for the excellent facilities placed at their disposal to ensure the successful conduct of their evaluation. I thank you.
Thank you very much. The short version of the Mediation and Security Council as Minister His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Channel Pedro Serna, Your Excellency.
Sorry, please.
Your Excellency and your colleagues, Honorable Minister, President of the Commission,
You can form
Representative, Chairperson,
YouTube. You go to YouTube, you get it there. You go to your YouTube, you see it there.
Ambassadors,
Let me search for it.
gentlemen of the press, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As we draw this extraordinary session to a close,
Papa, the audio has come like
express my profound gratitude
What is inside there?
from
It's inside there.
your invaluable contribution
I want to get my.
towards those insights and unwavering commitment to the principles of
Just check the YouTube.
our deliberations
What's
today
YouTube and we're up now? We're up.
have underscored the importance of collective action and dialogue in addressing the complex challenges of our people. The decision of the Embargo
What is it?
Mali and Nigeria to withdraw from Ecowas
I'm trying to send it.
has presented us with yet another challenge. However, I'm heartened by the spirit of cooperation and determination exhibited by all present in our pursuit of the resolution of the whole dividing our community. We must now carry forward the momentum generated during this session and continue our efforts to engage with concerned members
what's it
in
called?
the spirit of understanding and reconciliation. The unity
Okay,
and
follow this.
security of our region depends on our ability to
It was
navigate
radio something live
with
stream.
wisdom, diplomacy, and the steadfast commitment to the principles that bind us together as members of Ecowas. I urge all member states to remain steadfast in their dedication to the ideals of peace, security, and development that form the bedrock of Ecowas. Special comments on the our collective resolve to control
They took me audio from the phone.
and mutual prosperity to the army. Your Excellency,
They took me audio from the phone.
I wish to extend my deepest appreciation to the guide, participate, and make valuable contributions to address the challenges
Let me check the YouTube.
of our
I mean,
region.
Facebook.
Wishing you a safe journey to your various destinations. And on this note, I declare this extraordinary session closed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellency. Members of the House of This situation is uninformed, never arise for Ecowas standard.
No. No, they're closing. What is there?
Still like that.
Thank you. The media is invited to a brief press conference. The media is invited to a brief press conference hosted by the Chair of Council and President of the Commission. May I invite communication to please come and coordinate this. Communication, please. Communication, please come and coordinate this.
These are Hausa journalists. Okay. So when communications come, they will not take over for the general journalists.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Because of the...
Where is communication now?
Yes, sir.
So what can you do to ensure that you bring them back as quickly as possible? Because they are blaming Ecowas and the kind of diplomacy that they employ, especially the threat of the use of force, which they initially put forward against Niger. Of course, the criminal sanctions that have been imposed on them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's important to note that the raison d'etre of ECOWAS is the citizens. That is why it is called the economic community. So there's emphasis on community. And for that reason, ECOWAS maintains the path, the avenue of dialogue, of conciliation, of diplomacy. And that is what has further been reaffirmed here. And ECOWAS is quite cognizant of the fact that this intention of the three countries, namely Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, to exit ECOWAS would bring more hardship and would do more harm to the common citizens of those three countries than good. And that is why we continue to urge those three countries to remain and to follow the path of dialogue and reconciliation. And ECOWAS is going to redouble its efforts towards diplomacy, towards dialogue, towards reconciliation. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now we take Marcelina from AIT.
Good evening, Your Excellencies. My name is Marcelina from AIT. I want to ask, how far-reaching are the decisions taken by the ECOWAS? And secondly, what is ECOWAS doing to ensure that a coup does not occur in Senegal? Thank you.
Thank you very much. ECOWAS continues to emphasize good governance, strengthening institutions, and one of the decisions taken here was on the issue of the ECOWAS standby force to combat terrorism, the need to activate it as quickly as possible. As you know, the issue of terrorism presents an existential threat to all the countries in the community, including Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And it's important to also bear in mind that ECOWAS, in spite of the sanctions, has continued during the course of this period to render support in different forms to these countries when it comes to the issue of fighting terrorism.
Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. Fortune from the News Agency of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, good evening. I'm Fortune. Your Excellency, one of the major objectives of ECOWAS is to promote integration of the sub-region. And we know so well that the impacts, the negative impacts of this withdrawal by these trial countries will speak greatly in terms of the movement, trade, especially as Africa is really prioritizing continental trade. What strategic plans are there by the bloc to really ensure this does not really affect African citizens, especially in the sub-region, negatively?
Well, that is why we're emphasizing dialogue, we're emphasizing diplomacy, we're emphasizing reconciliation, and like I said, the efforts are going to be redoubled. Just a bump in Africa's aspiration towards as you can see, we have in attendance also a senior representative from the African Union. So it's not enough to just think that because of this development that that's it. It means integration has been derailed. Far from it. This is just a minor hiccup. To Africa, we're talking about 54. The integration has already started, and ECOWAS has gone further than a lot of other parts of Africa in terms of integration. So the number of citizens from the three countries living in the rest of ECOWAS, even in this building, the number of people from those countries that work in ECOWAS. Which takes place across the region. These are all things that you cannot just undo overnight. So, you know, it takes more than pronouncements.
We'll take the last question, Benga from Arise News.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, directed to the President. Address today that ECOWAS has maintained an uncompromising stance to unconstitutional change of government. And with this, I would like to bring your mind back to the treaty signed in May 28, 1975 by ECOWAS. That seems to be a fraternity of military generals without specifically pulling out is because they have accused Ecowas of deviating from this tenet. So you, today, you're saying you're going to pursue the ideals of reconciliation. I'm asking, isn't it time for you to review that ideals, that aims and objectives you signed, the ECOWAS founders signed in 1975? Because it is clear that it's a policy of non-aggression and by implication, a policy to promote military ideals rather than democratic ideals. And that's what the three countries seem to be standing on. So my question is directed to the ECOWAS president. Isn't it time to move from that ideals of the ECOWAS of states to the ECOWAS Union, founded on democratic ideals? Thank you very much.
Things change.
Thank you for your question. I think a lot has happened since 1975, and we all expect evolution, and we expect things to evolve. If it is your considered view that the founding fathers or the founders of ECOWAS were military generals, we have moved to ECOWAS of the people, and people are asking for accountable governance, democratic governance, and ECOWAS needs to reflect the aspirations of the people. ECOWAS is alive to the demands of the population, and I think we all agree, each and every one of us aspire to have accountable governance chosen by people. And this is why ECOWAS has devised its various instruments, demands, and the aspiration of the people. I don't think it is the will of the people of ECOWAS to move away from democratic principles, to move away from transparency, to move away from popular participation in governance. This is what ECOWAS stands for, and we will continue to work with each and every member state of ECOWAS to promote those ideals. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We've come to the end of this press conference. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Have a good evening.
Well done, Princess. Thank you. Go and harass him. I'm happy to go harass him. Well done, sir. Thank you. We are done. Yes. Yes. Well done, my dear. Thank you. Hello? Let I bring this one back of you. Let me do that. I hope it will not go though. It's not good. But you are Wahala.
Mic check. Mic check.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.